Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And we are on day 2 of the Skills Development Summit. Today, we are talking future perfect skills for employability and entrepreneurship. And joining me this morning is once again the lovely Dr. Felleng Yende, who is the CEO of FP&M Manufacturing Seta. Thank you very much, Doc, and over to you.
Thank you very much, Program Director. And thank you very much for a wonderful session yesterday that we had. We had Ms. Tamama Shekho. It's indeed highly appreciated. And again, to you today, special welcome. And we again would like to honor the Honorable Minister of Higher Education and Training, who blessed our occasion yesterday and shared very important information that it's critical for us in industry to understand. To our employers and representatives that are still here with us today, and those that are joining us today, a special welcome. Our invited guests and those that heard about the session and decided to join us today, a special welcome. The speakers for today's session, a special welcome and good morning, and to all of you. Just quickly, in terms of yesterday, we had a intro of the Honorable Minister, Dr. Peyton Zimande, by our chairperson, Advocate Odayen. Immediately after that, the minister came on board and he shared with us the strategy of government with specific reference to the economic recovery and reconstruction strategy to support business growth and sustainability. The minister was very clear on the skills in demand and that partnerships with employers are critical for work placement opportunities for our graduates, especially the TVET graduates. We also had, immediately after the minister had spoken, providing very sharp messages, always sharp in his speeches everywhere he goes. He makes very clear, compelling, speeches to his stakeholders, to the delegates, to make sure that there is no confusion in terms of his strategy and the strategy of government. Immediately after that, we had Mr. Michael Peter, we had Dr. Abdul, and we had panel discussions. And I must say that the day yesterday, personally, I was actually glued to the screen. The discussions throughout the day were relevant, and they were really bordering on practicality. I mean, you'd recall Dr. Ray Patel was quite clear and was quite compelling and argued for practicalities to say, let us then move. The technology is here. We're no longer talking about technology that is coming. It has dawned. It's here with us. And it's important for us to quickly embrace and move with the times. Innovation is here. We're seeing a lot of countries that are innovating today. He made a very good scenario of a car, talking about how, the importance of being relevant and making sure that even with the car mechanics have changed, training must also change to support that. But we also have excellent speakers, PEP, as well, in terms of the clothing technologies there, what they are doing, how they're responding to the new markets and demands. I think it was quite great. Northwest University lecturers and many other speakers that we had, I think, personally, I think they were all relevant and they had compelling messages that I think we need to sit down and say, how do we then crystallize and pull out crystal clear, actionable items. So the minister is indeed appreciated, because I think his speech, his message, I'm actually trying to think, must I actually say speech or must I actually say message? But I think the message resonates much better with what we're trying to achieve. His message really laid a very strong foundation for the discussions that then followed. And for yesterday as well, we had a lot of OIR. Thanks, colleagues, for believing that to achieve maximum convergence of all technologies, we need to embrace the emerging and the here for our skills that will deliver advanced robotics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data specialists, and analytics. And that will also deliver Internet of Things, blockchain. I mean, you look at massive companies. I mean, today we're talking about global companies. We're operating all over the world. And I'm sure that with this session as well, we're streaming all over the world. There's no limit to what's being, to the reach in today's communication, in today's business. Now, technologies like your blockchain, those are sophisticated, amazing technologies that are able to address business nuances, able to enable business complexities and bring about efficiencies. So it's important for us to understand that, and important for us to begin to build business models that are embedded and strengthened by these technologies. Automation, augmented reality, cybersecurity, data analytics, cloud computers of all which will transform the way we live and the way we run our business. We just need to make sure that we are already in this era. And we are not saying what we used to do in an analog manner, manual fashion, is left behind. No, the two can work together. FP&M Seta, Future Perfect, and Digital Innovation Skills Summit is a direct response from us to the concern that more than 3.4 million young South Africans aged 15 to 24 are disengaged from education and work. In fact, when I was doing my PhD, because I've done my PhD in technology and innovation management, okay, I was looking at 4R, how can this be used to enhance organizational performance? Okay, and I've looked at different countries, China, Europe, and all of that. But one of the key findings for me, which was really striking, was that young people are disengaged because of the technology language. So it's important for us to know that this is an opportunity for us to simplify and then build skills that will then bring on board our young people, because young people are our future. With this high unemployment rate, recording 66.5% in SA due to COVID and lockdowns and all of that. I think we have an opportunity in technology. We have an opportunity in rearranging our employment landscape by making sure if we don't tailor our skills with technology, we make sure that throughout the education we are providing, the skills we are providing, whether you're talking university, TVET colleges, CETAs, we embed our qualifications, including occupational qualifications, with the requisite technologies, so that by the time our young people hit the employment space, they are ready to move and make a difference in the employment sector. So this is an opportunity, it's not a threat. And I have studied at length the assumption that technology is a threat it will create job losses. But when I was doing my research, extensive research, it became evident from other scholarly work that technology will actually create other opportunities. All it requires is for us to really look and revisit the way we run business and remodel the business to be able to retrain, not retrench, but retrain our employees to be able to then respond to this. So employers and SETAs, in fact, PSS system, that relationship and partnership that the minister emphasized yesterday is absolutely critical, especially now, because it's important that we help each other, we support each other, we work in partnership to make sure that the industry has recovered, and it is sustainable. As we try to predict the future, the conversation inevitably shifts towards the most critical enabler of all, which is skilled talent. That is exactly what I've spoken to now. We must strengthen ERRP through skills, embracing technologies, changes, and innovation for employability in a sustainable manufacturing sector. Digitization and automation are fundamentally transforming the way we work. Technology has become part of us and affect our daily life. Digital technologies take on roles in analytics, something essential across every industry and sector, because research, development, and innovation for success of any business is critical, is key. The business landscape is evolving and adapting rapidly, and anyone aspiring to work needs to tap into creative mindset and opportunities, as I've already mentioned. The dynamic challenges facing higher education institutions today involve planning for post-COVID-19. We have started doing that, and I think the minister was very clear yesterday that we have started planning. We already have skills. He's clear about the skills and technological skills that are actually are required, and the minister has already outlined those. So it's important that we align ourselves. And of course, industry cannot just take on everything. We evaluate for relevance and practicality, because we're running businesses in order to make a profit. Fiber processing and manufacturing sector is grateful for the ministry and the minister's strategic leadership, and for always emphasizing the continuous collaboration and partnership between the SETAs, TVET colleges, and of course universities as well, because we need to make sure students go to universities, they study, and they are, however, exposed to relevant skills. Our Richmond Indaleni, it's for, in my view, is a world-class TVET college right in the deep rural areas of KZN. That college we built it was cost-effective for what it is offering. World-class in a sense that it has got practical classrooms, theory classrooms, furniture, it's furniture, clothing manufacturing, shoes, ICT, but also innovation. We've got an innovation hub where the intention was that those that are coming out of furniture making classes, those that have graduated from clothing, those that have graduated from making shoes, how do they innovate? So we brought in technology to assist our young people to innovate, so that we don't only just focus on employers absorb, but we also create opportunities for entrepreneurship. So that center is one-stop shop in the deep rural areas. It is possible, we've done it, and it's working exceptionally well. Our Honorable President Cyril Ramaphosa announced at the State of the Nation address that the Department of Higher Education and Training will be placing 10,000 learners in NATED and NCV, those that have graduated in NATED and NCV. And we are hard at work as SETAs to make sure that is realized. We have very little choice but to embrace ERP plans to resuscitate our economy. It's important that we really support our employers. We are doing that. We are engaging with employers to look at what innovation are they bringing to the workplace and how can we then partner. We've done quite well with a number of employers that have come on board and put forward the proposal, say, look, we have a new factory. We want to bring on board 2,000 learners. But those 2,000 learners, if they assist us somehow, we will absorb them. I mean, that's brilliant, Mr. Choice. We really appreciate that leadership in the clothing sector. We've seen it in printing where they've said, well, we also have to quickly adjust the way in which we do business. Very difficult. I mean, we started the discussions in the printing sector many years ago. And I remember the leadership was like, no, but we've been doing this business printing, traditionally, this is how we run a business. I remember Mr. Tobelo was the CEO when he started putting that thinking of technology. How do we embrace this 3D printing technologies? It was not easy. And slowly, it started to, the seed started to grow to say, yeah. If we don't adjust, we'll be like Kodak. There's a story of Kodak, case study of Kodak. In your spare time, you can actually go and look at that. Again, that I explored that when I was doing my technology. I was at Massachusetts in the States, where we looked at different case studies to say, what happens if we are not responsive? What's going to happen if we don't respond to technology? If we don't adjust? Companies like Kodak had to shut down because they were quite slow in its uptake to technology. But the printing sector is right into it. I think Ken spoke about how the qualifications development and many other of our sectors we're talking about. If you look at our media, we've got what they call Future Skills Program, where they're looking at digital media courses that they're offering young people, publishing, online publication. So across the board, we have our industries have actually come on board, and they are now in the digital space to complement the analog way of doing things. Because it's important for us to do that in order to remain competitive. Because we know that talent is our greatest asset, and having the right talent is important. Processes and systems had to be innovated, enabled with technology. In this rapid turnover, the only way to stay ahead of the curve and stay relevant is by upskilling our young people and making sure that the business is also sustainable. Also to address poverty that we know that is a challenge, especially because of the COVID that we experienced in the past 2 years. This summit provides us with an ideal platform to reflect on some of the occupations in high demand. In our sector, those were, based on the research we conducted, apparel and related party making, cabinet makers, footwear, parts and stock production, machine operators, footwear clothing production, machine operators, footwear designers, footwear finishing production, machine operators, furniture finishers, industrial designers, leather and footwear production technologists, leather processing machine operators, sewing machinists, upholsterers, and entrepreneurs, among others. Entrepreneurial skills needed include teamwork, customer service skills, analytical and problem-solving skills, critical thinking skills. Strategic thinking and planning skills are so crucial in these challenging times. These are the skills required for us to begin to support the growth of our industries. FP&M Seta is also cross-collaborating and broadening its skill set to include skills for the bio-innovation industry and environment. We need to expand into the areas of bio-refining and bio-manufacturing in order to empower science and engineering students with practical work exposure to enhance employability for wood processing chemists, scientists, biotechnologists, and chemical engineers. I'm pleased to report that FP&M Seta has partnered with several industry organizations and stakeholders in our sector, focusing on key themes of the summit, addressing technology, innovation, employability, and entrepreneurship. Allow me to extend my appreciation to everybody that has made time to attend this session. And as I move towards closure, I want to quickly talk about our collaboration with TVET SA that focused on employability. Approximately 178 learners were registered in work integrated learning. And we also worked with, this is just among others, Prestige Clothing, where we have implemented and placed 210 learners, 50 of which are disabled workers. And these were trained and absorbed. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to thank the team from Cape Media, my team, board, and all attendees, including the Honorable Minister of Higher Education and Training. I hope you found the speeches and discussions on the day one, based on the theme of technology and innovation, quite fruitful and insightful. I'm optimistic that day two today will be much more productive and engaging as we try to find solutions for future perfect skills for employability and entrepreneurship, promoting economic growth and sustainability for our industries. I wish you well for the rest of the summit, and I thank Cape Media for the continued partnership we've had over the years. Program Director, thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the CEO for Fiber Processing and Manufacturing Seta, Dr. Felleng Yende. Please don't forget to hashtag Skills Summit 22. Make sure you send your comments, your inputs, your recommendations right there, as well as on our chat room. Remember, there are still more prizes to be won. So you need to make sure that you engage with the expo. Make sure that you visit our chat room, send through your comments, and engage as much as possible. You saw for yourself that Margot Wood won himself an Asus laptop, and Bongi Nkosi from Hansa Flex won himself a Samsung Galaxy 7 mobile phone. I mean, you know, COVID hit. Some of our stuff went missing. Some of our stuff crashed. So you can imagine these are amazing prizes. So continue to engage with us. We're looking forward to receiving your comments. Just a reminder for the winners to email events@capemedia.co.za. That is events@capemedia.co.za. Once again, one of the speakers yesterday said something so critical, and he said, we develop conformists, not critical thinkers. So it's very important for us to critically think our way through problem solving and ensuring that there's alignment with labor market, industry, and the requirements that the economy needs for it to thrive, like Dr. Felleng mentioned.
My name is Amy Ben. I work for an organization called Innovate Durban. We're a non-profit who supports innovation and innovators in Durban specifically, but in KZN in general. I am currently sitting at the Indoleni Richmond Skills TVET College. We have set up a beautiful innovation center within the college that is open to students studying here at the TVET, whether they're studying furniture, design, textiles, business studies. The facility is theirs to use. The centre is funded by the FP&M Seta, and it's here to service the students who study and learn at the TVET College. And the different machinery we have here, we've got things like 3D printers, laser cutters, very advanced embroidery and sewing machines. We've got acrylic benders, resin printers, as well as computers, laptops for the students, and good internet, obviously. The purpose of the facility is to support them in exploring fourth industrial revolution technology. It's technology that they wouldn't necessarily have access to on a day-to-day basis. We know in South Africa that there's huge levels of inequality, and things like 3D printers are not readily available for students. And so to have a facility where they can come learn about a 3D printer, understand how it works and how it could fit into what they're already doing, and then have access to that for a prolonged period of time, is part of the reason we've set up the facility. Another thing we will be doing is we'll be running a 12-month startup support program or an innovator support program. The idea behind the program is to allow the students an opportunity again to use the machinery, learn about the machinery, but also to teach them various business skills, how to write a marketing proposal or business proposal, how to understand financial management, so that they're equipped not just to go into the world of work and work, but they're equipped to be entrepreneurs and innovators, and we just are giving them opportunities, skills, expertise to kind of set them apart from other students who may not have studied those different things. So that is our Innovation Centre at the TVET College. We are so proud to present it to you and allow you to see what is happening and what will be happening at